All right. So hi, everybody. Today is Monday, February 13th. And I just wanted to take a minute to talk to you about the quiz. The quiz has been graded. I had a few who had not taken the quiz yet. So of course they're not graded, but everybody who has taken the quiz, I've graded their quiz, and I've given feedback. I've given some comments in the grade book. So if you read those, they will just help you when it comes time to take the exam, which is coming up in the middle of, well, in the middle of March. So it's just one of those things that there is no bad comments. And the people who are here did very well on the quiz. So I just wanted to make a point that that you knew it was there in case you had any questions. So right now we have finished the first two quizzes, and we have also, or excuse me, the first two homeworks, and we've also taken the first quiz. That would be in a perfect world. And on our schedule, you can see for February 13th, which is today, that you should, if in a perfect world, you would have watched videos 10 and 11, which are the beginning of chapter 3. So the 3 grades that are in, like I said, would be homework 1, which was a conversion factor, homework 2, which would be the homework over chapter 2 in our textbook, then the quiz, which covered both of those things, and then we would have started on chapter 3. So at this point, do you guys have any questions or comments about anything in the course or anything in chapter 3 so far, or any questions about the quiz or your progress in any way?
Nope.
Excellent. Well, like I said, I'm very, oh, go ahead. What's that, Skylar?
Oh, I just have a question about the quiz and about the
Yes.
comment you made on mine. Just trying to understand it a little bit better. So is that part 3 you're talking about for me? I don't know, it's hard to.
Let me, yeah, I'm pulling it up right now while we're talking so I can reference it. Let's see. Homework. Sorry, it's taking me just a minute to get there. Quiz number 1. There we go. But I'm glad you can read the comments. That's very important. So Skylar, the comment I made to you was, okay, it was only worth 5 points. So it wasn't a big deal, but I said,
yeah.
Unit vectors lambda are normalized and have a length of 1. You use unit vectors in part 4, but they're not written clearly here. So on your quiz, okay, may I show, I'm not going to show your score or anything, but can I show part of the homework, what I'm referring to? Is that okay with you if I put that on the screen?
Yeah, go for it. You can show my quiz, you can show my grade. I don't, you can do what you want. I don't care.
I want to be very clear. You should be very proud of your grades. So you did a great job. Okay, so what you have here, you can see it says it's labeled lambda OA, lambda OB, and lambda OC. Those are not unit vectors. Those are the vectors themselves. Okay, so the unit vector is the vector in that direction that has a length of 1. So for example, what you've written over here, where you have 0.33 times TOA for the X direction and 0.747 or 3 times TOB, I suspect that these coefficients are the unit vectors. So in other words, once you get the length of the vector itself, 5.39 here for OB, you would divide each of the components by that. So in other words, lambda OB would be -2 over 5.39 in the I direction, 4 over 5.39 in the J, and -3 over that number in the K direction.
And so I think that's where I got those numbers, was for I guess the sum of the forces, and x direction for the 0.33 would be my
Right.
BE. So that'd be
Right.
the negative 1.5
Right.
in the I divided by 4.5.
Yes, right.
Okay.
Everything that you did is correct. Your work is correct. And as I said, you got a very good score on this test. You just lost a few points because lambda is a specific definition, which is not
Okay.
this. That's all. That's it. So I appreciate you asking
Okay,
that
I
because it's
understand what you're saying.
that's it. Because your work looks really good. You know, it's just, I mean, your work is really good. Your answers are good. Just that lambda is that definition. So
Okay.
yeah. So, and I know that seems like a really picky thing, but later on it will get to be a little bit more important. And also, I'm always really aware that I'm preparing you guys for another engineering science teacher who I don't know. So I want to make sure that you have all of those basic things down like that. So, but yeah, but Skylar, I want to assure you your work is very good. The only thing is just the definition of lambda.
Okay.
All
That
right.
makes sense.
Yeah, thanks. Good question too. How about the rest of you guys? There's not too many of us. There's just a couple, Octavio, Brent, and Skylar. Oh, and there's Max. Yes. Does anybody else have any questions about the quiz or homework or anything else? Right. I'm going to go back and take a look at our statics page and our Moodle page and just have a peek at our schedule so that we can sort of just talk about what happens next. It's hard to believe, but we're already a quarter of the way through this class in terms of time. So, like I said, here's our schedule. Oh, and I wanted to make other points. So, we'll be working through after you turn in the quiz, which most of you have done. Then we'll get started on chapter 3 and we'll do homework for chapter 3 and 4. And then the midterm exam will be that week, March 6th, 8th, or 10th. The last day to take the exam is actually March 10th, but I just put up options for people, especially because some people are not here on campus. So they need to have more options, but I will put up some times when you can take that exam. So you can take it in the regularly scheduled class time on Monday, Wednesday, Friday or that week, or you can take it at a couple of different times just to spread it out. And those will come up. I'll have those on the schedule a little bit later on. I'm not going to be around or available during spring break. I actually get to take a class of Northwest College students and alumni to Iceland that week. So I'm very excited, but I won't be, sometimes I can have students take tests over that period of time if they're in Cal, but it won't work this year. So I'm just kind of letting you know what the schedule looks like there. And then the other thing I wanted to make sure of, I'm sorry, I'm probably making people sick to their stomach here. Okay, the schedule after spring break, I have posted it. So beginning on March 20th, which is Monday, we'll start, but we're going to start with chapter 6. So we're skipping chapter 5 until a little later in the semester. We're actually going to cover it beginning at the end of April. And the reason that we're doing that is just because the math in chapter 5 is a little bit more like the math in chapter 9, and it's based on finding centers of mass or centroids. And for the people in this class who are currently in calculus, rather than have completed calculus, that math will make better sense for them. It makes better sense to do that later on. So anyway, we'll do chapters 6, 7, and 8, and then we'll have a quiz the 12th of April. Then we'll do chapters 5 and 9, and then the final exam. So everything here is posted, and hopefully everything makes sense. And as always, I've told you guys this before, but I'm not a real stickler for due dates. This is just what it takes to keep us on track. So if you have a day or 2 or 3 that you're going to be late, it's not a problem. Just do your best and keep up as best you can. And then if you start to fall behind for a reason other than just scheduling, or for whatever reason, just make sure you get a hold of me because I'm always available to work with you as well. Any other questions?
Do you have time to stay after this meeting, Astrid?
I do. I sure do. So, all right, guys. Well, if that's it, I'm going to stop recording. And I just want to take one peek at one thing up here before I do that. So the rest of this week, if you need to get a hold of me, or you need to have a meeting, please let me know. I will be available Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm going to be at a training seminar on Thursday, Friday, and Monday of next week. So I won't really be available for those 5 days, but if you send me an email, I'll get back to you right away. But you'll notice if you try to do a Calendly meeting with me that I won't have a lot of time on those days. So, but if you need anything before then, please get a hold of me. And then also beginning Tuesday morning next week, I'll be back at it. So there we go. All right. Well, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to stop recording, and everybody who feels like they've had enough statics and are ready to just hit it and do the work, I'll let you guys go ahead and sign off. I'll stay on here and talk to Skylar, and we'll go from there. So stop recording. There we go.